Welcome back, everyone. It's me, Revenant. Howdy, everyone. How we doing? Today is the first lower league match day for Due Process League Season 5. Are we on? I'm joined by Zombie today. Zombie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm actually really excited to see this game. It's good to be back here with DPL again. New season, new starts, and also a new team today.
Yeah, a newish team. I know they've been playing for a little while now. I think I've scrimmed them once. We are, of course, watching GB Global Breakout versus HAASTIG, which is the resident community manager Tetra's team. I think he's the captain anyway, as far as I'm aware. Of course, he's playing on his alt account, Hello Ladies and Gents, and he's joined by his teammates Texas Red, Boss Jr., Dr. Candy, and Ephemeral. And on the GB side, we have Argo, Ikazo, Josh, Plebdo, and Sachi. So very straightforward lineup from GB. No surprises today. That is their main roster, as far as I'm aware. And we do have a lot of new and old faces on Hostig's side. So hopefully we'll just see how much of a good fight Hostig can put up today. But of course, GB are the resident champions, so keep that in mind as you watch here.
Absolutely, GB always been strong, but Hostig, I think Hostig definitely has a chance to shake it up a bit. Particularly with Boss Junior is a DPL OG in my
Yeah,
opinion. That's definitely remember him from our
absolutely.
earlier seasons. So very talented player when he was there, and great to see him make a comeback, and he can definitely make some things happen. Now, what's going to be really interesting here is we do see GB going for it looks like a first round double charge here.
It looks like it.
Um, a really smart play, wanting to take immediate control of that freezer, because freezer on this map in particular with this C store, because of the way it's laid out, it's more you really want to push towards that freezer instead, because that's the main holding point. And I think they're going to actually catch out Hostig here, going for the green ephemeral in the line of danger there for that wall charge possibly, but he's moving around. Could
Absolutely.
be.
As long as he stays behind that crate, he's fine. But I think they're making enough noise at green that this pinch could be pretty brutal for him.
Ooh,
Either way, I
frag
think
goes
he's
out.
getting shredded. Dr. Candy does not find that kill on Josh through the wall, and Josh is going to swing out straight into them. Picasso and Plebdo and Josh now taking full control of the storefront while Argo's in a standoff, shotgun versus shotgun in arcade. Boss finds a lineup, but yeah, it's just not enough. A swarm of Argus just pouring in through fridges.
It can't handle it. And we didn't even get to see Ephemeral go down to the wall charge there, because Plebdo runs in, gets the
Yeah.
kill
Yes,
immediately.
immediately.
Um, Argo really, really doing a good job. I love flank
Argo's the
watches
one
with
guy that died to
I
an
know,
enemy.
but I want to talk about is the strategy there, like
Okay,
doing
okay.
a good job doing his job is what I was gonna say.
Just
Just
holding the guy in
just holding
arcade.
a door. He might have,
I
but he knew his role. He wasn't going full on merchant. I run around with Tub in the doing nothing, right? He's like, I hold this door, and granted, he did die there to Tetra, which is a little embarrassing.
That's kind of
But
epic. Not gonna lie.
yeah, but
Big
not
cool moment. I'm sure Tetra's like popping off right now. I kill Argo! I kill Argo!
exactly. Now
Child
it's
versus
not nearly
child
as pog
violence.
as the Josh 4K, which includes a Kazo.
Includes Yukasa, yes.
But sometimes
You don't
I
want to get
remember.
in Josh's way. You want to give him
Oh,
space.
never. I remember when I played on Slaughterhouse with Josh. We had a very firm discussion one day about if it's between killing me and an enemy, just do that. Just shoot through me
Yes.
into
Yeah.
them. The kill on them is more important than not killing me.
I
Um,
strongly believe in that. I think we just played a casual for fun a little while ago, and I chose not to shoot you to try and avoid that. But no, you just got to shoot through people, man. It comes down to that. Attacker positioning is so brutal like that. Anyway, this means that they just use a double charge. And you know what? I've seen their philosophy come out through Argo's messages and DPL. Argo suggests that if you're going to use two charges, and you have to win. If you lose on a two charge, you're just bad. I think was his wording, something along those
Honestly,
lines.
that's true though. That's
I
true. If
think
you
it's
lose on a two
true.
charge,
Your
you
plan is usually the worst part. Execution on double charge isn't any different. It's just you have more spaces to work with. So
Mhm.
realistically, it's how thin do you spread your resources? How poorly do you plan out who carries what? That's what dictates a win or a loss on a double charge. But yeah, it's a huge advantage. The thing is, as a new player, as a player trying to learn this game, why would I see a really good team, the best team even, use both charges, two charges on the first round, leaving only one charge for the next two rounds? The distinguishing factor here, the main driver for that is that Dome is in the
Yes,
rotation. You can
absolutely.
always get away with that if Dome is in the rotation because they are guaranteeing that they can take Beach with a Saber and have at least that. And if you go beach with a saber, you have enough of an advantage going into dome that you can usually get away with a win on that one just as equally as you would with a door charge.
Mhm. And also, what makes it important too is where Dome falls within the map rotation. So we have Dome number 2 here. So there is absolutely still the threat of a door charge. And as we do see
True.
HAASTIG preparing for that on the opt with the double barbs there, and also the barb here on runes. Because the
It's
only issue with
yeah,
the double charges into a dome is if it's the last one, or it can be hard called a green hold. You
yeah.
start getting into like mollies and nades if you lose one into the lander, which is
Yeah.
not good.
If we could take a look at the defender positioning right now and just focus on where they're set up, you can notice that something that a lot of people will get wrong is they'll play the bomb exclusively. But what you notice what GB does on defense, and we'll see this a lot today, I'm certain, is that GB will hold aggressively at the entry points and then fall back if they get flushed out. That's so
It's
crucial in this game, and Omnibomb promotes that attitude. And right
Tetra's
now,
outside.
Tetra is outside, but what's he gonna do?
But no, I'm surprised. I didn't think he would do that.
It's Tetra. If anyone is going to, it's him. But I am still surprised he would do it. Boss picks up a nice kill on Plebdo in base right now, but Argo has him pinched. Boss having the molly here doesn't make any sense, to be honest. But Ephemeral going down right away. Yeah, this is going to be a wipe immediately again.
Tetra dies for no reason.
These are a lot of not crossfires. Candy doing a pretty good job just punching away at Ikazo and Argo with damage, but Josh has to take a close quarters fight against Mob.
He wins. Mob doesn't even fire.
Dr. Candy putting up a really good fight, but Sachi has the flank on him. He doesn't hear it. That's going to be it. Again, Ikazo just in base, meaning you can't really go anywhere at all. You're just locked down. But at the same time, the initial crossfires need to be made. The people need to be playing the base. There are so many great angles to be playing right now. If you were in the grass, you could cut off base in this direction. You could set up some barbed wires in the base and force them to
Or
jump on top. Lots of
that
options here,
also,
but none of that's
I
being
mean,
explored.
Tetra going outside just basically makes it a 4v5 from the beginning. There's
For sure.
also this cross through the door here, just always threatening that. Just something,
Yeah,
a swing out. Just the threat of it is more important than sometimes the actuality. And
that's
then
right.
going further on with Akazo there, and why Beach is so greenable is because you can almost guarantee your Saber's safety at all times, even if you lose the round. So your big power weapon Saber here just walks away.
Yeah,
That's a big discussion in like self defense and stuff. Like, what's the number one thing you can do is just walk away,
walk
leave.
away.
That's how
Yeah,
you win a fight every time, guaranteed. Is you don't take the fight.
that's
Um,
right. Well,
so
yeah, I might not
it,
phrase it the same way, but I agree with the sentiment because what's important here is that people will often get a pick or get some damage. We saw Boster pick off Plebdo. That's huge. That's really, really big. What you don't want is to suddenly have to take another fight and get traded out. Because
mhm,
until things are a 3v3, I generally believe that attackers have the advantage. So attackers, 5v5, they win. But why is the game defender sided as a whole? How is that? Is this cognitive dissonance? No. What I'm saying is attackers will have an advantage at 5v5, but defenders have so many opportunities to knock down a couple of those attackers, and once they do that, defenders have a bigger advantage, right? The map becomes so much
mhm.
more painful to push, utility, who's carrying a weapon in their hand pointed at a door, who's on flank watch, all that starts to cripple. It's Sachi uses the word suffocating to describe how the teams interact with each other and how a good attack plan works. And I think that's accurate, but in the same way, defenders can begin to suffocate the attackers. And I think that's a really interesting element in this game.
It's 100%. They have defenders here have the biggest advantage, and that is they get to set the conditions that the map is played on most of the time. They get to set the barbs where they want slows, where they want mollies, where they get make you wait, and suffocation is a great way to put that. Now here we are on Yankee Ajax is our bank map. Bank
What a
is
great name.
it's a great name, but bank is always a weird tile set for me because I don't feel it always feels very frustrating to play at times. And
Yeah,
it's one of those where if you have to green a bank, you're not going to have a good time.
no,
So you never want to put yourself in a position where you have to green bank.
that's
It's one
right.
of the few maps where it's guaranteed green is going to be bad. You have a few other ones where it's like dome green is always good. Factory is greenable sometimes, most of the time.
Sure.
Bank
Every
is
map
never
has to be
greenable.
greenable, right? But it's like a
Hmm.
matter of Dome is so much easier to force green than any other tile set that
Hmm.
that dictates a lot of your economic choices. But Bank is so brutal to green that usually you'll just go entrance pull entrance. It
Yeah,
gives you so so much of the map just in terms of actual perimeter you're taking.
Exactly what they're doing. We do see Tetra there with the auto shot. He's sitting in security. They're through. Josh has the mop, and he immediately
Goodbye,
gets a
boss.
kill.
Yeah, that's not. Again, no crossfire, right? Who's playing with boss? No one. He's gonna die, right? Guaranteed. Who's gonna play with Texas Red here? No one. No one's involved, right? We don't have a crossfire set up. So this is gonna be a situation of 5v1, 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 unless they rotate and make something happen. Red manages to get past the nade there without taking any damage, which means they now have this crossfire, but unfortunately Candy has the Molotov and not Red.
And Tetra's swinging in with that auto shotty.
Josh is just going in with a mop, but no.
He's playing Call of Duty, man. He wants to get some quick scopes.
Yeah.
You know?
Emerald needs to challenge Argo here if he wants to retake button control. Are we looking at a screen right now?
Oh, and Tetra with the auto shot, he gets 2 kills. Cheese in the vault. Chi goes down to Tetra as well. Argo trying to move and make something happen. 1v3. Argo can do this. Ephemeral's going to push him here. He gets the kill. But he's up against 2 shotguns and bank with no flashbangs. That's not going to be good. Argo really playing it slow, going back and forth, looking for some ammo now, looking for some util. He gets the saber. I think it's a great decision here. Texas Red playing that close angle. Tetra playing back, expecting a flash. Argo combat saber.
Wow! Out. And they take it. I mean, that just goes to show what Bank really is, man. That's insane. But well played for Tetra. That's got to be huge. He's got to be. Oh my God, he needs to grab a paper bag and start breathing. He's hyperventilating, I'm sure.
Exactly. I mean,
I think
a 3K, because honestly, that was a round that, you know, GB had in the bag there until Tetra swung in, got that immediate 2K with the auto shotty, and that's one thing. Tetra made the right call there. He was like, okay, we're playing button. Okay, we have lost button. You could see they were trying to think about retaking it, but no, Tetra made the call that he needed to go to vault, and he did. And more importantly, he played that vault very well because they were still expecting the flash despite Argo not having one. So you saw he was playing off in the corner, playing the anti-flash for the tub. Texas Red holding that close angle, ultimately winning the fight anyway, so it didn't really matter. But if the flash had been there, Tetra would have been the hero of the day, swooping in, getting that 4K.
Right. Well, all they need are a bunch more defense rounds on Bank, but unfortunately that's not how the game works, so they're going to have to take 6 rounds of attack now against GB, which is a grueling experience, if any, in this game.
Absolutely not necessarily the most exciting thing to do. Now, there are a few key differences we already see coming out in the defense from GB from what we saw HAASTIG did. So HAASTIG, of course, bathroom barb right here. GB placing it on the outside.
Yes,
smart. I really like that.
Relying on the wall bangs with the knack is not ideal when you have such a small area to play with that knack. That just means that once this bathroom door swings open, a flashbang is on you and you have to cross that angle. So it's really not ideal at all to play for a wallbang in that situation. But what does work here is obviously block that spill out in case they do something weird. Now this barb is almost never going to get any value. In fact, it probably just hurts the defenders a little bit by denying this corner, this Fridges corner. But it is that backup barb that just completely shuts down a bathroom take if they went there. But you know what? It's sort of a counter meta thing where it's like, why would you ever go there? That's why you'd go there, right? Because there's suddenly a question of, maybe they won't even bother putting a barb there because it's so bad to push that because a barb could be there, you know? That's the weird dynamic, that mind game that happens. And I think most of the time, you're just going to see people playing it safe, right? 3 barbs per round, shut down the doors.
We're seeing HAASTIG here taking a note from GB's plan, and they're going for the double charge, but going for a different one. So Red Storm Keeper, another great map name. They're going through Office, and then wall charging for the button. I actually like this because here's why I like it.
Okay.
Because it's something I don't think GB is going to plan for. GB
You're damn right. That's true.
I think it's going to work, and that's why I like it. And also, as we see, they're expecting the red door. Look at how they're playing. They're expecting the wall in through here. Josh might get a kill on boss outright, but they're playing storefront. That's what they're trying to counter here. The charge goes out. They smoke
on
their entrance.
There could have been an auto right there. That would have been 3 kills for that auto immediately.
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, when you blow the office, there's not going to be a wall at this point. Sachi, you know, if they blew the wall outside right now, they'd kill Josh, Sachi, and Kazo. That's why I don't think this is a good plan. If you're going to use a double charge, they do get button. It does work.
Yes. Trade. It's
just in the nick of time. That's going to be a 3 versus 2 right now, but this is Plepto and Ikazo. They've got a nice crossfire set up. Texas Red really needs to be calling that intel at Plepto, listening to to where he is. Pardon me. Boss
Boss.
picks up a third
The
kill
third
this
kill.
round.
Texas coming through the bar.
Wow! I'm really impressed.
You know,
This team
that's
is
what
really
it was
coming
talking
together.
about, though. But it's something that GB didn't plan for, and that's why I think it worked.
But it was like it came down to inches there with Candy just
Oh, absolutely.
face planting into that button, the last dying breath, just to hit the button, and then boom, there was storefront open. There were all the kills. That was really, really a close call. You would have had the same effect by just blowing the storefront by
Oh,
walking over to it. It
absolutely
was
would
the
have,
same
but
thing.
it's not nearly as heroic as running through a hail of bullets to get the button open. You know, and also I think beyond that, it's just I think that map will change drastically when we see object destruction in the future, because I know that that's coming, and it just starts to make me think about all the things I can blow up an arcade wall for no real reason. So now we're back to Blood Ajax here, and I'm expecting once again the green on Beach. We talked about how strong that is already, um, and I honestly think this is the way to go. However, they do have the charge here, and more importantly, the thing that I think is really going to be the nail in the coffin here for
Okay,
GB is the fact that Texas Red
for
has
GB.
that mop. Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's
you
going
know
to.
what? You're right. Yeah, that could be good.
That's why I'm a little hesitant, because we've seen HAASTIG take rounds, and
This is crazy.
Josh was very confident with the mop, and he's a fantastic mop player. That's not to say that he shouldn't have played confidently. He did the right thing, but he just ended up dying with the mop. And if I remember correctly, he
Should I
actually
accidentally
didn't get
close
that
my
many
Discord?
shots off. I'll
Oops.
have to confirm that here in a second.
I can't
But
believe you, Ike.
we do see maybe
Alright, I
they're
was
dropping the
just
mop. I
trying to
can't tell,
eliminate
but they are
distractions
going to
It's
be taking that
understandable,
saber.
right? They
Kills
might
my
not want
Discord.
to give the mop back on bank, right? And just say, you know what? No one gets the mop, right? We don't even have two snipers on our team. That could be the case too, right? A lot of teams, they end up having one decent sniper, and no one really wants to take the second sniper rifle if they're going to go for double sniper. Plus, double sniper is really hard to coordinate. Snipers in this game,
Yeah.
right? That is to say, not the weapon, but the people playing the sniper role. Sniper role needs to be filled by people who have really, really strong game sense and good decision making, because you're so limited in your field of view and what you can actually do. So what you're accomplishing in that round is very single minded. It's very targeted at one thing. And so when you have to adapt to a new thing, it's very, very challenging. I see a lot of snipers get stuck on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really differentiates a lot of these players. And that's why, by the way, players like Plebdo and Josh are so good, right? Because they have the insane aim skill. They've got all that, but they also have really good game sense and decision making. And they can honestly not really, they can afford to not plan as a team. They can kind of say, okay, I have a rough idea, but I'm ready to adapt to one of 10 things, you know? Right
And
here, boom, we
also,
see it. If we're looking
yep.
at the map right now, GB instantly full rotates. They're using the windows. They understand the dynamic. They know it's going to be a full push on green. They're all rotated in pit, but unfortunately, Argo goes down in the bunker immediately to Dr. Candy, who has been putting on a great show this game. I'm really excited to see what else he can pull off, but Plebdo does get a refrag on Ephemeral, who pushes it, but they do get Plebdo. No crossfire to save Plebdo, which means they're going to take him out, and that's going to leave 3 defenders stuck inside pit with Josh down to a very measly amount of HP. This could be really, really good for HAASTIG, who, again, are only pushing green here.
Absolutely, and we talking about that rotate. They held on to all 3 barbs. They didn't place them till the beginning of the round. Now we have these 2 barbs in the pit, which is going to make it very dangerous to push in there. Although HAASTIG looking to avoid that, they're just pushing onto jungle here. Picasso in observations, making those calls. They smoke. Boss gets the kick. We see the molly go out, and we keep him out of pit for now.
Ikazo's line of sight is so diminished by the fact that there's so much grass in the way, which means Tetra is able to actually walk in really far here with the frag grenade.
Josh gets
He
the
needs to
kill.
land this frag. No, he opts for a frag on bridge. Josh walks into it. He's dead. It worked out. Tetra can
Picasso
start pushing
sneaking
the fuse,
around.
but Boss and Texas are so far away. Ikazo will find the pick on Tetra, but Boss can refrag him. Will he find the kill? It's got a black tar. He needs to flash him out. Texas Red so far away. Full HP though. Boss getting picked up by Ikazo. What is happening? Where's Texas Red? Texas needs to molly off Sachi, take the fight on Ikazo. Ikazo's 1 HP, Sachi's 1 HP. This is a win for him. Why did he molly his own bomb? What happened? The brain lag.
I will say, bomb is tall now. Bomb is tall.
No, don't give this to Ikazo. You had this. No.
Picasso with the the play of the game right there, the 3K. But did you see what he did? He snuck around. He got the hero kill here. He got another kill. He went into water, and then he gets the kill on bomb again. I mean, talk about just stellar macro play. Like, just really.
Oh my god. Just
He,
zombie. Why? They were doing so well. Oh my goodness. Well, we have to remember the fact that they were doing so well is the impressive part. This is actually really cool.
yes.
3-2.
Yes.
That's if you just took a snapshot of this, or even the 2-2, of course, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's early on in the game or whatever. I don't
Hmm.
know, but that's a strong start for Hostig,
Well,
and I'm
you
very
know
proud
what's
of them.
important. The important thing here for HAASTIG is we've breached the scientific level for it being a stop. So it's no longer 7-0-7-1. It's not a stop anymore. They haven't gotten stopped. They're getting beaten, but more importantly, it's not a stop. And they definitely have a chance here to go ahead and tie it up with a three
Yeah.
three in this first half, which is, admittedly, as much as I hate to admit it,
Hmm.
better than I expected.
Well, whatever. Okay.
I mean, we're talking about GB here. It's GB is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Um, so I was, Hostig, very hesitant about Hostig, but again, we're going to see the entrance play here on Yankee Ajax. Barbs here, very interesting from GB. Got
Yeah.
this play. They're looking at definitely a hall hold. So what they're wanting to do is it looks like they want to funnel Hostig through the same choke that ended up being their demise. And as we see,
This is very
um,
strange.
they're calling the barb there.
This
Tetra.
could be a sort of Yakuza style play. Pardon me for
Mhm.
interrupting, but are they perhaps maybe? I'm wondering if you think they're opting for like a triple molly and vault.
I
Sachi
was
just goes
just
in there with
thinking
three
that.
mollies. Yeah, they might be opting for that kind of play where they're playing accounting really heavy, like
Mhm.
manager accounting. They hold button for like a couple seconds. Maybe they just kind of poke at it and then they leave and just hold a crossfire vault hallway.
Well, this is a vault that's conducive to that because not all of them are, because you can not only throw the molly safely just right here, but also you really can't be fought at all. Like, any
Yeah,
of the angles that can fight you just
tons of
aren't.
cover, tons of
There
bulletproof and thick walls.
anything that's going to hit you is going to be inside of your molly. Which again, mollies last for 10 seconds. It's the same amount of time you need to defuse a bomb. That actually happened to us in a scrim the other day against Yakuza, which
Wow.
was uh which was not fun. We had like 40 seconds, I think it was left in the round, and
Yep.
we got Molly out of the site
I want to mention really
entirely.
quickly that this hold is what I expected. The double
Hmm.
barb on lobby and just cutting the lobby off right down the
Oh,
middle and utilizing that Argo, the beautiful two kills. And Sachi with a crazy spray out from the smoke to get the other two. This is brutal. The round is instantly over, seconds into the round, and I can tell you exactly why. Do the close flash. Get a flash right in the close. They didn't even bother to try, and now Pleddo's doing his typical million-mile away knack spray down, but unfortunately he doesn't get the kill, and Sachi will pick up the 3K on that round with beautiful support from Argo with the 2K on
yeah,
him. I mean,
it's
ay, ay, ay.
got a
Listen,
flash close.
GB holds close. How else can learn that? I mean, teams should be holding close. You should be doing what GB's doing, and every single time you play one of those bank maps where you're going to go entrance, just throw a flash at the floor close, throw a smoke or a flash deep. That one on tellers was not, or not on tellers, pardon me, but on security was not ideal. I was just that's a free ticket for a guy in security to jump out and spray you down as he did. But also, you need to get that flash close and determine, hey, I'm going to swing right side, I'll swing left side, and figure that out early on. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get autoed every time. You're flipping a coin on that round just by doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. We talk about that all the time in scrims, actually, Rev, and it's a great point. You have to flash close almost always now because um, it's not just GB that plays close to door. It's becoming really a viable plan,
Anyone can
particularly
do it. Any monkey with an
anyone.
auto, I'm not insulting anyone, but you don't, it's not a skilled thing. You just sit there, and if they don't flash you, they all die, right?
Mm.
So it's like,
Well,
you should
exactly.
get two kills every time. And if your teammates are covering you efficiently with Molotovs and baiting out the flashes, that might mean that you can sit there the whole round and just hold that down. It depends on how well the rest of your team performs on the long range stuff, too.
That was the Neanderthals' like first thought once they discovered the auto shotgun was I stand next to door and me run
That's
at them,
right.
right?
More power to. I love the auto because that's what it is, man. You just
Hmm.
sit there. They come to you. You kill two of them for one every single time.
Now, interesting plan. I actually like this coming out
I
on
like it
Westward
too.
Halt. Wall charge here out of serve farm.
Oh
This
wait,
this is going to be the only problem here is depending
I,
on
s-
how
I said I
aggressive
liked
they're
it,
going to
but I
hold the
spoke
screen.
too soon.
No, I like it because again, it's funky, and
No, but do you see the problem? There's a
I
little. two specific problems on the bomb. Do you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to believe, Rev. Some of us
I
must
don't know,
have
man.
faith because if it's weird, it might work. We saw what happened on
No.
that C store.
Why are we smoking the Omni bomb, guys?
I'll
Do
be
not.
honest.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to speak because I jinx it every time I say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
you do.
you guys are gonna smoke it.
Talking.
It's not gonna work," and then it works and it's perfect, and I'm like lost, and I'm just like,
You
I
look like a
know,
fool.
I do.
The old man not ready to hear the future of smokes. That's all
Smoking
it is.
Omnibomb will not work. I'm still gonna say it. It's not gonna work. What's gonna happen is they've got two Mollies, Ikazo and Sachi. They're not gonna spend either of them on green. Plebdo's gonna pick.
Though
Plebdo always picks up like 2 kills here. There's one,
one.
and there's two every single time. It's a
Okay. Well,
guarantee. No matter what, if he takes Nash.
she did.
Sachi wanted a piece of the action and unfortunately walks straight into the biggest crossfire they have. This is how it always plays out. No one bothers to flash early for Plebdo. No one's holding the window for a knack. They don't expect it. And then it's just death. And now the
Oh,
encroachment. Now
Josh.
Josh is in and Ikazo's in. But Blast Jr. does show up and
Argo's
actually pick
coming
off
with auto
Ikazo.
shotty. Oh, Josh. Josh is just playing Call of
Okay.
Duty right now. He's back in Modern Warfare 2 right now.
Well,
With that off.
you know what? I was wrong. The smokes didn't lose them the round.
Maybe in a way they did because they took smokes instead of flashes. I don't know. Ephemeral here. Hey, man, these GB really wants these kills. And Ephemeral really low. He still has the clacker.
Does he have the
Um,
wall?
no,
No.
the wall is out here,
Oh,
like just
you're not getting that wall back. That
like
wall is they showed their hand. This
yeah,
wall is
absolutely.
in plain view, and Josh has the angle on the far shipping container. It looks like
Well, this is something we've actually talked about too in playing. Is if we're going to take a green here with a wall, we always want to leave wall around the corner. Wall and clacker always stay around the corner because that way you want to secure your green first before moving on to the plan. But Arco and Josh here just like circling the bodies like a pair of vultures right now. They're really man.
I mean, it's worth it, right?
Argo,
Like
Argo goes for the shotgun. He's looking for it in boiler. He's like, oh, he must be over here.
yeah. I
That or
mean,
he's trying to bait the UAV for his homies to swing out.
did they I need to check with Flycam really quick. I don't know if I'll be able to check in time, but did they have a frag grenade this round? I didn't check early on. I see smokes flashes.
I did
They
not
really
see
didn't
one.
bring a frag for a GB factory green. Wow. See, that's the thing, right? If you get greedy and you think you're going to get a wall charge down, you got to remember you got to survive green first. And if there's a plebdo in your match, you're not surviving green. Some of you are going to die, right? You need to find a way to deal with him. So I always suggest use your flashes early, opt for the secondary objective, opt for power, opt for a good wall charge position, whatever your secondary objective is, and then work your way towards bomb using that suffocating measure, right? Using that encroachment, taking ground constantly. Don't try and win by just saying, well, if we get to bomb, we win. No, you don't, right? Bomb is Omni Bomb, especially more than ever before, is promoting people getting to the bomb and fighting there. And if you want to fight in that chaos, you have to make that chaos happen and happen efficiently and early. You're not going to get that. It's not going to be a freebie. GB's not going to say, yeah, you can have the bomb, then we'll fight you. No, they're going to win early.
Yeah, I mean it is interesting. And now here we are, Dauntless Dawn, and interesting play. This is going to be very dangerous for HAASTIG here, not only because GB still have the auto shotty that Argo took on that factory, but it's just this map is such a choke point, as most kill houses are, but this one particularly is bad for wall bangs in this office. So Dauntless Dawn, what normally I like to see teams go green. The meta that I have perceived is green
Uh
through
huh.
office, charge through this. If you're gonna use a
Okay.
charge or frag through this door.
Yeah, that could work.
I like charge here, frag here because generally you kind of expect them to barb this as well.
Maybe,
You
yeah.
have to
Yeah.
you have to contest this head glitch here, so you have to flash it. Not a fan of the smoke because he can still shoot you,
Yeah.
right? Um, that's
Well,
the that's the problem
yeah.
with smokes. Is smokes aren't bulletproof.
No, they're not.
Flashbangs, I have seen rarely, like not even 9 out of 10, probably like 49 out of 50 times, no one's gonna shoot through a flashbang because you spin, right?
True, yeah. The concussion
But
is strong enough, but a smoke
I shoot through smokes all the time,
all the time, yeah.
all the time, right? And so What I think is important for them here is we already see even GB's expecting the green because they're going to be
Yes.
playing, of course, green heavy. And now what's
Yes.
going to be dangerous with this red door, we see Chi here playing the south side in the office, as
Yeah.
well as Josh and Plebdo in reception. All they have to do is run up here
That's
to
right.
aid office. So
This
generally,
this is good. I think this is
yeah,
good for HAASTIG right here. They have a really good setup to counter such a strong green hold. And right then and there, Josh just peeked out to try and check west long to see if anyone was pushing green. That's intel though. That tells them, hey, they're coming north. Sachi's also playing for audio right now, and he's calling that. So
well,
Plebdo and
look at
Josh are
Chi and
already
Argo.
gone.
Kazo and Argo is also backstage waiting to swing out there.
Oh, Josh whiffs actually, and he's going to get punished for
Just
it big time.
there's
This
no
is really
Barb.
good for HAASTIG.
Barb has not gone down on the kitchen
Yeah,
or
Plebdo.
the office door. There's no Barb. Argo playing
The
close though.
Yeah, that nade could get thrown on Ikazo's head, I think. He's going to, of course, molly, and he's going to probably rotate into sight to put a barb down for Sachi here. So they. Oh, actually, he gives it to Sachi to play for a late barb. So let's see if they
I
use
think
a
that's
nade early
smart.
or something. That
Yeah.
they might actually peek inside the door. Uh, oh, oh,
Texas Red must have DC'd. Um,
can we get a pause?
Next round,
Oh,
Texas Red must have DC'd.
I didn't. I didn't see. Oh, next round. Okay, I understand.
Next round, next
They
round.
should have called that earlier on, but I think
Well, he
Texas was
DC'd
fine
mid
until
round,
just
I
now.
think, because he got
Mid round,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. But look
Dead.
at this.
Runs through him.
They
Ephemeral
did they
runs through him.
Yeah, they don't let that stop them. Pablo does have the
4v2.
mop now, though. I'm a little worried. But wow, Tetra with a really brilliant flank right now. However, he doesn't know about the barbed wires here yet, and the glass is unbroken. Pablo picks up a nice kill on Dr. Candy. It's now a 2v2.
Tetra's just
Oh,
looking at him.
Tetra
Tetra just
doesn't.
looks at him. Tetra's playing mind games.
But
Tetra saw him and just
but
let him walk away.
why?
Well, I think maybe because Ephemeral here is
Okay, this
waiting
is
for the
brilliant.
rotate.
Actually, Tetra can go walk up, touch the barbed wire, and then Ephemeral can make a quick flank into sight.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, there's not enough time
Good.
here, Tetra. You got to move, man, now
Ephemeral has
today.
to go now. He's literally right in front of him.
Let's go,
Plebdo is right there.
Ephemeral. Get the kill on Plebdo. There it is, and
There's
take
one.
sight.
No, don't go over. Don't go over. Go behind. Yes. Yes, there's Chi.
What is
He
Sachi
gets
doing? It's an auto.
Ephemeral gets the
He
3K
get
by
he gets a
IC4, but it's Texas Red.
he
So
gets extra red as well. Oh my god, another round for HAASTIG. This is brilliant. That was what a chaotic round. Oh my goodness. Uh
Josh, you're good, but you're not that good. You can't take the CQB fight there in
well,
office, man.
he just whiffed. I think I think I think I'm gonna see that clip in my DMs in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, you
Josh is
probably
gonna
are.
be
Yeah.
putting that clip in my DM and saying, hit Reg. Why? But I don't know. I don't know. I didn't just check the first person. I'm pretty sure we would have seen that on stream. But I'm curious to see how that worked out. Him not getting that shot, I mean, even if he did land it, they were fast enough on the entry there off of that shot to punish him. That's good. These are fundamentals that a lot of teams are lacking in HAASTIG. I am going to admit I thought they'd be lacking some of those fundamentals, right? The
Mhm.
speed and efficiency of how they react to a mop shot is a lot better than what I was expecting. So, frankly, that was really well played from them. Immediately taking out Texas Red for his utility. Team kill was intentional, and of course, we are going to pause this round here. So uh, keep that in mind. We are pausing here because Texas Red did have a crash, but wow, that was a 4v5 against GB. That's in the history books now for HAASTIG. I'm sure they're going to be remembering that for a long time.
I'm waiting for the post of GB washed. That's what I'm waiting for now. I mean, honestly, great plays from Hostig there. GB seemingly failing to recover there. With the plan, just I mean, Ephemeral. They let him run through them like with that shotgun. It was really well played on his part, and Ephemeral's been coming out with some really big plays for
Yeah,
Hostig here.
that
I
was
mean,
really,
just
really cool. And the use of the walk button, the most powerful tool in
yeah,
the whole game, is the walk button.
yeah.
And he used it so well. I'm always happy to see when people can use the walk button beautifully like that. Oh, this is quite bad. So this is round 8, and Texas Red did not connect in time. He is now disconnected from the game. He can make an attempt to rejoin, but at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. This might be a 4v5 for them, which is very unfortunate. So
Hmm.
I'm going to need to figure out how that is going to play out momentarily.
Absolutely. Well, either way, right now we're on Intruder Tusk. We're seeing a lot of planning going out despite this DC. I think both teams using this time very efficiently, and as we see, GB here really interested in just holding that green. Really being very careful with that because if I
Well, we're not showing the map on screen, of course, because it is paused right now.
right,
So
right, right. I apologize. I apologize.
let's
But
not talk about plans and keep that.
but either way,
Yeah.
we are gonna what we're gonna see is hopefully Texas Red comes back and something that we do know, I believe, is that they do have a door charge still, even though they lost that wall, because Boss was able to save that clacker that first round, so that gives them a lot of options here, despite not having that wall charge. So either way, Hostig playing better than I expected, as we've said. Um, Ephemeral, I will admit I do not know who Ephemeral is, and now I want to know. Did not
Yeah, I'm
know who.
interested to know. I mean, it's a pretty interesting ragtag group of players. I mean, Tetra, we got like Tetra, who's of course a pillar of the community. We've got Boss, who's this ancient legacy player. We've got Dr. Candy, who's this crazy streamer who's been putting out stuff. We just partnered him recently as well. Interesting group of people. It's a very eclectic bunch, but it's working out. I think that's probably a part of it. It's just how fun all these people are. Yes, and I believe Zombie, you just now you mic'd on. Could have been a
Good,
Vivox bug, but you mic'd on
good.
and spoke to the teams, and so the teams are like, "Get out of my head! Why do I hear Zombie?"
Wait, wait,
So
wait.
try it again. I don't know. We're paused. Who
I'm
cares,
gonna,
man?
yeah,
Let's see
I'm
what
gonna
happens. This is the scuffed off stream, dude. We don't care.
believe in all of you. I believe in you, and I believe that in all things you will.
Yep, that's in
You
game.
both teams. I am God. This is. I want
Brilliant.
you. If you can hear me, please tell me in the chat because this is hilarious. This actually happened at a cadet test.
Get out of my head. Yeah, but only
this
GB's responding. I don't
only
think.
two.
Why are you on their team? I don't understand. None of Hosta can hear you.
This is a CS:GO coach bug. This is a CS:GO coach bug right now. I'm coaching GB. Um, yeah. Oh, this is this is great. Yeah. So, GP, how are y'all doing today? Let me know in chat. Let's have a conversation, my man. So, yeah, Argo's doing bad. She's not having it. Yeah, I, I Argo could be doing anything else. Yeah. Well, I didn't know I could do this. And how?
Oh. So we had a
Wow.
power outage for Texas Red. It turns out. So we'll
Ooh.
wait a few more moments here. Sit
Yeah.
back, relax, grab a drink. This is a good chance for you guys to take a quick break, maybe.
Yeah. Quick break. Well, uh, let's do some mid-round interview here. So, GB,
Oh,
any mid-round
wait,
thoughts about everything?
hold on. Apparently, he has backup power,
Ooh.
so maybe we're gonna be okay here. Hopefully,
Okay.
I'd love
So,
to see it come back and play. So this would
Josh
be
says they don't think. She says they suck. Argo says he could be drinking,
okay.
but he's here playing due process. No thought, only W key. Well, while I appreciate the sentiment, the monkey rush does seem to work for you guys. Any other ways that you plan to adapt that? Do you plan on bringing yourself into the age of fire with the monkey rush, or do you
I
prefer
wish
to stay
Hosta could
primal?
hear this.
Yeah,
Oh my
this is
god.
mid-round interviews, new thing for DPL. Yes, they will S key if we back away. Okay, I like that. I think Texans should replace their power grid. Cool. Um, yeah.
Same with the stinky Canadians. Thank you, Tetra. Very, very cool. Thanks
Well,
for that take.
Tetra is talking shit, and he's British, and I can't understand him because his teeth don't work, and they make everything he says sound like gibberish. So, oi, me teeth! Oh,
Oi,
oh,
Steve's.
oh. Yeah,
True, ain't it?
true in it. Yeah, yeah, true.
All right. Where
Um,
is Texas Red?
yeah, we're waiting on the Texan.
I mean, he's got to get his power back on, boot his PC, get into the game, then queue with the password. Hope to God multiplayer doesn't screw this game,
Okay.
and then we're good to go. But we have a few more
Uh,
minutes here
looks
before.
like we can unpause. Texas
Oh,
Red is
he's
back.
in. Fantastic.
You guys,
Unpausing.
I just want you guys to know that I believe
Look.
Texas Red has now activated his cheat, so GB is absolutely going to lose this game now.
Okay, we got to
I just
stop
wanted to
talking to
share
the enemy team or the other team.
share
Talking to
that
one
with him.
team. Uh,
He's on that Muse shit right now.
okay,
Thank you,
back to
Argo.
the round. We can actually talk about the
Yeah,
plan here,
intruder
which
task.
I
Yes.
didn't even look at yet because I'm imagining that HAASTIG wants to spend a second filling in Texas Red and maybe making some last minute adjustments. But it looks like GB's opting for a defense here. And understand that if GB wins this round, they're at match point. It'll be 6-3.
Yes.
So
They have
yeah,
they're using a lot of barbs, 4 barbs.
they use a lot of
And
barbs on bank as well. I think they really just target those key rounds where they really want to win,
smart.
with extra utility. Right? They tend to do that. And I think that's cool. I think it's cool that they're not just going for the 3-3-3 all the time. That's really good. But interestingly, they have hard called this office for some reason with a danger ping, a molly, a barb, a backup barb in freezer for the green pincer, and another barb in arcade for office. So
I don't know if there's
they,
so much hard calling the office, but I think what they really are hard calling is the
yeah.
green take here. So I think,
Well,
I mean,
yeah, you
because
might be
they
right.
have this barb here, I think really because what it seems to me is with hard calling the green, you want to trap them in freezer because bathroom is not a fun place to play for attackers right now. We do have that shed, and I think they're really looking at power as we see has been circled out by Hostig here.
Yeah,
However, Hostig, this might be a lot of barbs, but look at Hostig's util. They have 2 nades right now,
two nades. Yeah,
coming out, and Argo breaking the glass out front.
yeah. I was
Josh
gonna
taking
mention
the
that.
Legros.
That's a good little tactic Argo just did. I've been doing that forever. I learned it from Executioner way back in the day. It's like just break the glass so that if you're gonna play in the storefront, you don't accidentally bump into the glass or reveal your position. It's a good little play to do.
Absolutely. Dr. Candy gets the charge on. They blow. And Texas Red is gone as soon as he came back. That's unfortunate. And Kazo just lasers him.
Just brutalized. And Ikazo, Sachi, and no, pardon me, Ikazo, Sachi, both of them all here. But wow, Ephemeral sneaking right into the green, picking up a frag there. Sachi has to back him into tellers, meaning Argo and Sachi now play the crossfire. But it is a very strong cross with Josh on the Lagros, launching it deep into Freezer. Ephemeral now on the flank. Great wall bangs coming out. Ephemeral down to half HP just last. Buddo now rotating in to finish him off. But we'll see
Argo here. They frag arcade.
Argo barb. He has a smoke grenade. He could throw it in and run inside. He's fully flash right now, actually. Power comes out. Flashlights come on, and now Sachi needs to be
I think he's gonna smoke. He smokes. He smokes them. It doesn't go deep enough. Then he goes down. The Tetras. Again, you shoot through the smoke. Tetra, move it up on top here.
Nope. Oh, and a beautiful pick on Five there. Will Josh get the close quarters kill? No! Wow, Tetra's going off!
Tetra with the 3K!
What the heck is going on?
It's literally just Chi and Tellers. Oh, he gets that kill.
I mean, this is a complete and utter free win if they don't screw this up because of Omni Bomb. Just hold him. Yeah, beautiful. 4K from Tetra. Insane. He has 1 health point right now. Dr. Candy though, full HP, sticking the defuse. Absolutely insane.
What feels kind of bad though is that we didn't really need to wait for Texas Red to come back.
That's the worst part. They didn't need him.
Yeah, just immediately dead before he even gets inside.
Oh no. But a 5-4, this is insane. Wow. I mean, this is crazy.
Stick.
What is up with British children suddenly becoming the best players right now? It's just completely
we were
crushing it in games.
Because Jet is crazy. Jet's
Jet's
crazy
off.
now.
He's so good with the mop now.
Tetra apparently beats Josh to the submission, even though Josh is using a gat.
He just crushed play. He just outplayed at the same time, back to back, Argo, Plebdo, Josh in one fell swoop. Just completely dominated that round. What on earth, man?
They're really
what the heck?
They are keeping this match point out of GB's reach right now.
Well, we're on a factory, which I think is definitely a map that GB excels at, particularly because Josh prefers this tile set over any other. Maybe
do
not.
Do you know why that is?
Yeah, I do. Do you not know?
I would love to hear it. I think, more importantly, I think the viewers would like to hear it.
I think, so he prefers factory over anything else because it's big, and therefore he can shoot you. That's it. There's nothing in the way. It is just an open lane for him to dominate with his superior aim. That's it, right? It comes down to aim. And so if you can create those angles and setups that just facilitate stronger aim skill on GB's side, you will see them win. And you see that a lot at Green Door because of the asymmetric height where you're coming in low as attack and you're having to fight all these brutal angles from above and from corners. That's where they dominate. But now they're on attack. I'm curious. This is where we'll see. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh
You
no,
see
they're
their
doing it.
plan.
They're doing
No.
it.
Oh,
They're doing. Look at it.
they
Look at it.
removed the wall. No, no,
How
no. They
much?
removed the wall. They had the
Uh,
wall marked down, and I thought, are they going to do what Hostig wanted to do?
I think more importantly, they had the smoke on the bomb.
That's what I was. That's why I said, "Oh no," because
Yeah.
suddenly I was extra wrong that GB would even consider that plan.
You know what I like about that Josh take though. I do want to go back to this. Is that
Yeah.
it's a question that we had answered in the season 2 finals that I talked about a lot.
Okay.
The age old for us old DPL people, aimers versus brainer debate of season
That's
2.
right. That's right.
Um, where we saw at the time, uh, it was Mazer and
Yep.
Adaxi's team,
Which would
Fierce.
have been fierce this time. Yeah.
It was Fierce at the time, go up against each other, and that was the whole thing. And
Wasn't
look,
aware.
they smoke green, they throw
Fade
the
out on green right away.
green, nice, I like it.
Red, no,
They're
no
really
kill.
faking it. So gets the kick in, he's in. Texas Red, not sure what to do with that tub. Plebdo's
Yeah.
playing.
Emerald totally clueless here to
Emerald.
where Plebdo is, and Texas Red is fully flashed.
Oh,
Can he find Josh? No, he
can't.
cannot. 2 immediate kills for GB. This is going to be pretty rough to try and do this retake. But he's got all these doors to play. No! Tetra gives up the door against Plebdo, and Plebdo kicks and runs straight in. He's on bomb.
Argo
Nice
drops
ball
down.
down the
Argo gets the push. He pushes Tetra up. Argo's gonna push John. Boss, there he goes. That's it.
Yeah, that's the round. That's match point now for GB. Honestly, that was a little too quick to even cast. I mean, goodness me. But the fact that Plebdo would take that kick so confidently and just move in really shows that, I mean, even if he did die, there's an attempt here to just make the trades. The worst part there was that Tetra was poised to absolutely decimate Plebdo on that kick, and the timing, as soon as he kicked it, Tetra looked at Josh's side and just fell apart from there. I think Tetra could have absolutely clutched that round out by holding off the West push, but once that West push was initiated, that was it. Emerald and Texas Red, though, I mean, if you're going to put a barb on green, they're going to frag green, which means you can't stand there. So how do you play a tub there? They need to rethink that. Play tighter on the corner, hold that walk
But
key down. That could have worked out
why?
in a more coordinated effort.
My question is, why play tub on factory when it's first round?
Well, I think a tub at green door could be viable, but I like what Plebdo does, right? He takes the same close quarters concept and just says, "Well, I'll take a knack because I can use it at other ranges. You know, I can use it for
Exactly.
wall bangs too." In my opinion, absolutely, you'd want a knack in that situation. But a tub is unique in that it can get that one shot. But again, just poorly positioned,
And
and
a tub is unique, and also the fact that it just
it
90%
sucks.
of the time doesn't work. Yeah,
Just is terrible. Yeah.
it's
No,
a
it has its place. It's underrated
it absolutely does. It does have its place, but
in the
on,
trash.
I think on a factory on the first round, it's not like you've been forced into this. You know,
No,
that's where it falls apart for me. That's where all logic falls apart on the why you would take a tub there.
I
If it's
guess. Yeah.
Kill House C store, even a sometimes Dome, you know, but Kill House C store
For
really Tub
sure.
has a place. Tub absolutely has a place, and we've seen it do a lot of work.
Yeah.
But either way, I digress. We
Well,
are looking at
hold on.
double charge.
These other maps, especially like Killos. Killos, you have wall bangs. You can't sit next to a wall with a tub. You're just going to get wall banged. But on other maps where you don't have that potential, tub is actually stronger because you can sit there and they can't wall bang you with an AP25 or a Black Tar or a DL12 or a PK. They can only get you with a saber, and that's just not something you're going to see very often. So in those situations, or if you're on an exterior wall like that factory, you're totally safe. And Josh now has a tub, so that's cool.
Josh has a tub. Josh dropping the tub, which is lame. And you should
Lame.
always take
Oh
the tub.
nope, he gave it
Argo
to
got the
Argo.
We're good. We're good. Argo has
All
the
right.
tub.
I would love to
Uh,
see Argo this round. I'm going to be watching him for sure. I want to see what he can pull off. If we're going to see some Doom gameplay here, I don't know.
we gotta
Lots of
cue
fun
up the
though.
Doom guy music. Cue up the Doom guy music.
This is a huge
Now,
victory already, man. 6-4. I'm really impressed by that.
HAASTIG should be very happy. Now, I do want
Yeah.
to point out this will be interesting because I'm not sure what they are hoping to gain here. Are they looking to go through? Because I don't believe they'll be able to because
They
of
won't,
the.
but the cool thing about that breach is that it cuts off the instant rotation that you'll often see. So what's going to happen is Tetra is going to rotate inside of sight, immediately to play off that barbed wall bang. But what that wall charge does is it kills Tetra. So you're going to probably see that happen.
Oh, boss, run through him!
Oh, Argo pops him with the tub. There's kill number 1. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful wall bangs on Dr. Candy, who freaks out and tries to retaliate, but really he just should be crouching there and finding the angles later. almost takes out Tetra as well by shooting straight to that barb. There's the wall charge, and do we see the rotate? No, it actually came out backwards. They didn't wait for Tetra to leave before they did that, but now the line is covered.
Oh, ephemeral
Well,
miscommunication there.
Big miscommunication.
That's auto shutting down on ephemeral.
Really
as well.
needs to be playing in lockers. Why is he not in lockers? He's in lockers now, but is it too little, too late? As Argo now has a nade to just drop on the bomb. And there, out comes the nade on bomb. Goodbye, Tetra.
And then Omni Bomb, he defuses in the corner safe. Akazo has the long angle on him.
Great Molotov, but
everyone dead.
Too little, too late, and that's going to be GG for GB.
Argo kill Josh. Argo kill Josh. Do it, Argo. Listen to the voices.
No, he tried. Flepto's screaming at the top of his lungs. Don't listen to the voice. That was absolutely incredible.
Honestly, great, really great showing from HAASTIG. I think a lot better than either of us expected. Fantastic for them. Really excited to see what they can do now. If they can do that against GB, the only other team I really want to see them against now is going to be Yakuza.
Yeah, I mean, I think Yakuza and HAASTIG scrim each other more than anyone else.
Really? Okay, so that's good to know.
I think the majority of HAASTIG scrims are against Yakuza, and as far as I'm aware, they are really practiced against them, which is probably why they put out such a good showing today. Come to think of it, now that you mention it, they do scrim Yakuza quite a bit. But that was a very, very pleasant game indeed.
Great, and now I think, are we going to throw to a break for a little bit, possibly?
I think so. I'm looking at the schedule. I'm pulling it up right here at 4 p.m. No, pardon me. Yes. So that was the last of today's streams. We had 2 concurrent streams actually. So I think we are just heading into the BO2 after a short break, but we'll recap on that. At the same time, of course, on the main stream we have Yakuza versus Kwakudama. I'm curious to see what the score on that is going to be as well. But for now, I guess we'll throw it to a break, and we'll be back shortly.
All right, and we are back again with more HAASTIG versus GB after a great game 1, which I believe ended in a 7-4 win for GB. Still very close. HAASTIG putting up a great fight. What are you expecting to see going into game 2, Revenant?
Another 7-4. I think they're going to take some more rounds, definitely, HAASTIG, but I mean, of course GB's going to win, right? I mean, they managed to preserve their mental, not freak out. Hit Reg, fighting Europeans, it can be a problem sometimes. But we might see some Malden on behalf of John. Really, it's a coin flip. Whether Malden resulted failure to execute on plans, or whether Malden resulted in harnessing that anger and energy and bringing it into
You know, I think it'll be the latter, but I believe the most interesting thing that's going to be here is if they're going to be able to hear us as spectators again, because that was fun. I think that was the most detrimental impact onto their mental, because when you start hearing voices, things just don't go right, you know?
Perhaps. I mean, I wouldn't credit your voice to such a negative quality. I wouldn't say that. I would say that hearing your voice might have bolstered their ability to play, and maybe that's only affects red trash.
Well, now we're back to the game though. Honestly, I think my favorite name yet for this map, Python Invictus.
It's a pretty rad game. It's a pretty rad game. Absolutely.
Yeah, very, very lucky. But also, I like that GB's doing your GB on attack first round. Going with a wall charge, as you know, we're looking at a really open pick, which is good because, you know, you mentioned in the last game that that's why Josh loves Factory, because it's open. So, of course, they're going to take that open side. Really excited to see how HAASTIG might be able to hold this, because there's not much cover here. Of course, they're already expecting the one person out here. They're going to smoke him out. And again, they're also going to be very wary of this spot up here, already marking him out. We only have a singular barb in office and another barb in Toxic and a barb in Green. Personally, not a fan of the barb in Toxic.
Why?
Because I would much rather be down here, because they have to swing you, right? They can't really flash you on window. And he's called out Tetra here. He's read Tetra like a book. Tetra's giving him a free entrance. Boss goes for a Molly on Doc. It doesn't do much, but it does cost him his life.
Right?
Not here, funny.
58. Tetra is flashed looking at the wall. They've actually rotated in Dylan. I know I to mention they are running Josh, Plebdo, Ikazo, Sachi. Dylan, Argo is not playing in this game. And honestly, probably won't impact things too much. Dylan's a great player too. He's a fun guy to play around with. Dylan points out something very strange here as I'm going to check out his gear. Yes, in fact, he does loot a super shorty. Critical misstep on someone's part by taking a super shorty, not just on factory foolishly, but also on round 1. Which means they now have a shorty to take on the C-store and following the tile set, which unfortunately I didn't catch. But what that means is they can open up doors without a primary shotgun, and that's pretty big. Also, this seems like a very weird economy round. 2 Lagrosses, hard holding Doc without actually holding Doc in a crossfire. No one playing near the forklift, no one playing on the walkway with a molly. Nothing. It just was a very, very messy factory, and honestly, I get it. Eco your factories against GB, throw them if you're not comfortable taking those long-range fights. Take your economy on the next 2 rounds, but I think they have a really good chance in the next round because it's a C-store without a wall charge. Suddenly your threats are mitigated a lot more, and not just because of the storefront, but because you now can sit next to walls and not fear them blowing up too.
And you're able to do it gives you a lot of flexibility for sure. I think also one reason they might have subbed in Dylan is, if I remember correctly, Dylan's also a EU player, so
Yes,
getting a little bit of that EU ping advantage for them is always going to be fun. Now, it's this map.
I do like
Okay,
this map.
love
It's
this map.
kind of a I don't know. I like it. Someone's gonna say it's a terrible map, and I don't care. I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot going on here. One of the biggest pain points in this map is the bathroom. Have you noticed that this bathroom
Mhm.
goes into storefront and nothing else? Doesn't give you a
Well,
rotation in freezer, which means that defender rotations are actually quite painful there if they don't blow bathroom.
and also this is a door chargeable map for sure. The
Well,
shed into Teller here
but
is
I
doable.
like what they're doing. You see what they're doing?
Yes, I do see what they're
Cutting the
doing. They're
map
opening it
right
up.
in half and opting for a pure green take. 4-1 split here. Ikazo playing down at the door charge on the storefront just to cut that map in half and cut off the
Mhm.
rotations on the north side.
And what allows that is Omni Bomb, because you can now defuse from right here where they've marked. Um,
Yes.
it's and then really what you're watching at that point, because you're safe, you're watching this teller hole and office door.
Hmm.
And with this bathroom barb, this is the one instance where I think playing in bathroom could be helpful for some sort of late swing. But you'll need someone down here
Hmm.
to kind of probably
This is
make
very
something
challenging for
happen.
them. It,
Yeah, Hostig is going to be this is going to be rough for Hostig here. Um,
there's a lot of debate about how to hold this green because of that window placement. And in my opinion, if you barb green, they know exactly where you're going to play because it means you have to play in the green itself, not near the window. So you're going to be
mhm.
playing in this corner. As I'm drawing my circle, GB has placed a marker there, so they know. Check that corner because someone can be playing in the little corner there, and then they're going to be playing a swing off of the freezer. We do see the barb end up there, and Ephemeral's going to sit there. This is way too obvious for a team like GB, but hopefully the fact that
Well,
they're going to trade out Ephemeral into Tetra's auto shotgun
you're
nets them
right.
at
I was
least
just about
2
to say.
kills and trades it down to a 3v3. That's my
Mhm.
goal here. Hopefully we see a 3v3 here.
For sure. And we see Chi bringing one of our favorite weapons, the Gerber SD, on attack. I love that thing. They're baiting out the shed play there. Oh, Dylan. Dylan doesn't check it. Plebdo does.
Oh, nice pickup from
Josh.
Dr. Candy, though.
Josh goes
Another.
down.
Oh, beautiful. But Ikazo does find Dr. Candy, and Texas Red now has to play close. Why is he trying to challenge that Saber? Tetra is completely pinned down, has to make for this flank on Fridges.
What is Boss doing? Why is he fighting that?
I'm so confused why anyone is taking the fights they're taking. This is a great map to play reserved and passive and control the office and Fridges. No, very
Ooh.
good try from Tetra, nevertheless, with 2 kills in that round. Dr. Candy played very well. We're seeing this pretty consistently, where Candy and Tetra are really performing expertly, and I think they're on the same page a lot of the time. I think I've caught a face cam on Dr. Candy's stream of Tetra and they're both face camming on there, and they're kind of a duo, I imagine, and they're really playing that really strong. But I feel like the rest of the team is not playing catch up with them. And again, ephemeral spot. Why play there if you want to threaten? They have to look at the corner anyway. Just make them look at nothing and then shoot them from behind. Yeah, you don't
Mhm.
actually have to be in that corner. And Tetra is not playing for the push right away. There might have been crippling, but he gets his 2 kills. Really, just why is Texas Red and Boss taking those fights when they can play that office so strong? They can play the retake so strong, and they know Ikazo is using a door charge. They know the wall charge is out. Just, just take a step back, control the angles, and hold the fridges down. You don't need to actually let them to bomb, but you don't need to fight them in the storefront where you know you're going to lose anyway.
For sure. And there were some swings there. It didn't need to happen. But new round, new time here for Hostig. Just seems, I think they'll iron out that communication. And Tetra here hopefully should be riding the high that he needs to, because as we saw in last game, is that they lost his first few rounds. Tetra got some huge kills though, and then was able to capitalize off that mental momentum. Um, could be very interesting. Now we're here, Sledgehammer Juno, a very, very greenable uh, map, as we talk about all the time. I actually think green is probably the best take here, even with a door charge. Um, we do see that Tetra is already worried about them coming in through the water and the pit. Now,
Yeah.
something that we used to see on this map when we had Old Bomb was a wall charge in here, and that actually becomes stronger now with Omni Bomb, because you are able to defuse safe behind a corner, but have to make sure that your team is ready for that. Now, what I'm excited to see here is this observation into Beach Peak is probably my favorite thing in the entire game. I love when we have these really, like, I hate playing against them, but I love seeing them be executed well. You know what I mean? With those pixel peaks onto the beach, like just these talented snipers doing their thing. So,
All right, we just called for a pause because Ikazo just had a crash. So we're going to stay
all
off the
right,
map screen for now and not talk about what the plans
not
are
talking
and
about the
whatnot. But
clan
we can talk
anymore.
about the map a little bit. I did like your commentary. I did think it was accurate. Historically, you've seen the wall charge there. Of course, they opted for the wall charge on the factory first rounds. That's flat out. They have another
Absolutely,
door charge to spend here. They're 2-0. And again, this is another long range tile set. So I'm expecting GB to take 3-0 in this first quarter. But I think Hostic could turn it around and play a pretty decent attack just the same in the next one. Yeah, I don't know. This map, it's a pretty tough map. We'll take another look when we're back on the screen.
should
Hopefully,
should we
Kaza
try
heads back
for
in.
another mid game interview?
Um, that could be fun. I'm hesitant to say
Oh,
yes.
I just want to see.
I wonder if we could
Uh,
talk to Petra. That'd be pretty cool.
uh, can you hear me? Hello, over, Roger Dodger, potato, coming in. I don't know. We'll see. Oh,
Dylan's
she hears
talking.
me. Chi, can you hear me?
Hello, Revenant,
Oh, let's
Zombie,
see.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Hope you're having a nice day.
Okay. Well, GB's got us. So,
Hey, what's up, G?
Howdy.
yeah. So, Dylan,
Incredible.
I don't care about your opinion, but I'm going to ask you guys. So,
Mundo gave me a howdy.
yeah, Plebdo did give you a howdy.
That's nice.
Hello,
How do you think Akazu's DC is going to affect your mental going into this next round?
Press F if you're in
Well,
spectator mode. Press
Dylan,
F.
you can't speak English. There's supposed to be an E in your, my friend.
Press Alt F4 to see hot.
Josh says it's over. The mental's gone now.
I'm gonna go ahead and press
Interesting.
the arrow keys to mute both teams. Fun fact: you can do that if you need 2 zombies. So down arrow key will mute both teams.
I don't want to beat both teams. I don't even have. I'm so poor. I don't have an arrow key.
Yeah.
I have a. I think I have, what is it?
Do you not have arrow keys? Are you on like a 60% or
I,
whatever it is?
I'm on a 60%. Yeah, I'm on a Ducky
Yeah.
V2 keyboard because I'm
Oh,
a
Ducky
gamer,
V2.
dude. Yeah,
I'm gonna give
I'm a
that a Google while we
gamer.
wait for Ekazo. We are unpausing. We are ready to play. Actually, let's head back to the game. Unpaused. All right, now we can take a good look at the actual plan. And so right away, what I'm noticing is that Hostage is using excessive use of these danger pings right away. Danger, danger, danger. What are they worried about? They're worried about a jungle, double barbing it. They're worried about the pit door, marking it. They're worried about the split push onto pit, pinging both sides of that. They're putting a ping in base. They're saying, hey, there could be a guy in base, I guess. I don't know what that ping means. But they are worried about this jungle push, and I think that's accurate. And what we're going to see here is that jungle push from GB. That's probably because taking the base red door is so pointless. You can just take it from green. You can watch it from green. You can kick it from green. One flashbang and observation, and you can have that same control. Just not a red door you're usually going to
Well,
take.
something I want to point out too is I don't know if they're actually going to be fighting this jungle red door. So we see Chi with both Clacker in charge, and then a big arrow that looks like they're going to have him swing back to beach. So what this could be is just to generate some of that back pressure here
Yeah,
onto these guys in jungle as they try and
yeah,
take beach. But
maybe.
I'm really excited to see how this plays out because I think you're right. There's really no point taking this base.
Wait a second. utility fudge up, no barbs in the jungle. Texas Red
Oh,
had
no.
both claimed no one has picked up those barbed wires. Those barbs are going to sit in the truck. A barbed wire goes down in the water in a place that it has zero effect. Boss is going to have to try and get a big pickup here. Nice shot right through Josh and Dylan. So that's a huge amount of damage done really early on. Sachi did exactly what you're describing. Drops the clacker, gets out of there, goes beach.
Oh,
Wow,
Ephemeral gets the
with a
kill.
nice swing out. Wow, he picks up 2 huge plays from Ephemeral today.
Ephemeral's out. Boss gets taken down by Akazo, though, on the Saber. Still huge misstep there, letting Ephemeral get away. That's shocking. And look at his health. It's actually still above half.
Yeah, but strangely here, we're not seeing Dr. Candy or Ephemeral move over to pick up the mop, and maybe he's going to do that now. He is fantastic. That's exactly what you need to do right now. Plebdo is holding that very strong with lights off. He misses his shot, actually, and manages to just tap him in the shoulder. But with Plebdo's flashbang here, it's going to come down to Dr. Candy making this refrag on Ephemeral. This is really crucial right now. While Observation gets pushed out super hard, all they got is a tub in the pit. This is going to come down to Texas Red just playing safe on the bomb, making Ikazo walk all the way up to take that close quarters fight. This is a huge position HAASTIG is in right now. Even though they have a health disadvantage, they're staying alive. That's crucial. It's what you mentioned earlier. You want to stay alive in these situations. Plebdo now makes the rotate. He has the flashbang. They're going to probably flashbang Texas Red and then immediately watch the pit door. I can still see GB winning this because of that health advantage. Dr. Candy needs to make a move. Where's the move?
Shoot through the door. Shoot through the door. He shoots through the door. Gets Plebdo.
He gets a huge pickup. Beautiful wallbang. Texas Red. Don't even peek, Texas. Don't peek.
Oh, he's baiting him.
Don't peek! Do you not understand? It's a Saber. You have a tub. You are good to go, man. Just chill. But Ephemeral nails it.
The 3K for Ephemeral. I mean, who is Ephemeral? Did they just not hit him? He's been playing absolutely insane.
That was crazy. A knack on Dome in the water, protecting the power. Well, I mean, they got power, but taking up 2 kills on power, rotating out, picking up the mop, controlling the environment he's in, making sure he stays alive. That's huge. He didn't go for those ego peaks. He played it passive, conservative, stayed tight. That was really good. Really quite ideal. That was phenomenal plays from HAASTIG. With a really surprise round for them, I think. I did not expect them to take another round in that quarter, but they did.
Yeah, I mean, and now I'm really excited to see what we get now on the Switch, because we do see GB is getting their defense back, and so I'm really going to be interested to see what they do here, because as we saw, that's where they made a lot of really big plays happen.
Yeah.
So excited to see what happens here. Now, Python Invictus, going to be interesting to see how... Yes.
It's a different situation. If they mirror this exactly, it's a different situation if Josh and Plebdo are taking leg grosses than if HAASTIG is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, explain that.
Like there's a huge disconnect. I mean, or like how do I say this? There's a big divide in the community about the leg roast, right? It is a tool, it's an economy weapon, but it's actually insane because it has one of the best time to kills in the game, because of course the first shot comes out instantly. So if that's a headshot, you only need 1 shot to kill if you think about it that way. So 2 headshots kills a player. You can get an instant second follow-up shot, and if you're really, really good at that, it can outgun sniper rifles, it can outgun submachine guns at no matter the range, right? It just comes down to how accurate you are. So it is probably the highest skill ceiling weapon in the game, and we're looking at 2 of the best players in the game who actually have taken a preference to it. I know Josh has been telling Plebdo to start trying it. This round is first round, and they're not going to use them, but you can think about how that might affect an economy round if their economy gets wiped out here, right? They're not at that big disadvantage that HAASTIG was going into this one. Whichever round they choose to be their eco round, I think Josh and Plebdo have been practicing on that leg roast to make sure that they always have a powerful choice in that weapon. So even if they lose here, I think they'll be in a better shape than HAASTIG was.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And we do see, actually, no, Legros is coming out. They really want to hold this. So we do see, again, Josh on the mop. Going to be very scary coming around this angle. However, looks like HAASTIG is going to be going for that red door into Toxic. Dylan,
is
getting
Sachi
that
gonna hit the
early
button here
information.
for Ikazo? I think he's going to hit the button on Doc.
Ooh.
Sachi a little late on the draw here, but they could get Ephemeral.
Maybe
it's
now.
A little
No,
too late. They were actually going to open it just for the Toxic Breach, and they're not going to blow it. There's no sound from Dylan, which means that they now know it's Doc, but Sachi has the molly, and he's way too far now. He has to rotate around walkway. There goes the charge.
It doesn't matter. He might have been
And
far, but
there's the
look at that
volley.
perfect throw.
Yeah, beautiful. This is going to kind of put a pause on the round here just to allow for everyone to get in position. And without
Josh
that
hits
smoke
Dr.
grenade,
Candy in the body.
oh, you're right. Yeah, he's down to 1 HP. But look at Dylan's angle. Dylan's going to be the surprise.
He gets Dr. Candy on the swing.
Oh, no. Yeah.
What's scary about that is they were tapping at Josh. They knew he would be up there, and they'd still miss him.
Yeah.
Akazo gets ephemeral through the smoke.
Dylan
Texas
is just going
goes
to
down to
eviscerate
G.
them on entry here.
Yeah, absolutely. Him and Akazo in that
Nothing
headless
set up
corner.
for Ikazo and Dylan in that corner at all.
Mm-mm.
What was the plan here? Why is there no one going green? How do you get out of the dock? Well, there's no plan here.
Oh.
The plan is to open a door and hope.
Well, I think the thing is, you look at a plan that GB does, and you say that worked flawlessly. We should do that, and then
they
you
forget
play
half
it.
of what made it work.
Exactly. Not only that, but you also, I think, primarily you forget the fact that you're not GB.
Well,
It's not most certainly
they're-
not to disparage HAASTIG here, but HAASTIG in this particular instance, I don't think was playing to their strengths.
If Adaximath is anything, they're 4/7 of GB.
Yes, Adaximath, classic throwback. But I think the thing here is that HAASTIG was really strong on rounds where they were unpredictably coordinated, if that makes sense. And she goes for the swing onto him.
Okay.
I mean, he had a Gerber SD. He doesn't care. He doesn't need that. They've also lost the clacker though. Oh no, there we go. Boss finds it, picks it up, and he's gonna save it. That's good.
Yeah, they do manage to coordinate that, which is a huge benefit here going into the next round, which I think they can still pick up some rounds here, but I'm really disappointed that Hostig decided to 5-man a wall charge on 5-man a play that the enemy team just did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
From their
absolutely.
perspective, doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I kind of see where they're coming from, but at the same time, I have to agree with you. It just those long angles don't really play into their strengths versus a team like GB.
Yeah.
Because as we saw, we saw Joss swing into an angle that they were pre-firing, and he was able to get damage and then a kill, and more importantly, he didn't die.
Yes.
An angle that you're pre-firing. That's insane that happens.
Additionally, what Josh did on that round, I think it was Josh, at least GB, what they did to win that round is they cut off all the toxic angles by flashing and smoking toxic off from the upper windows, and we didn't see anyone on Hostig using their utility through the factory windows. Why not use it? It's there. There's so many aspects of the maps that are there for you to use, right? And people don't use them. But now we're on Operation Twilight Phoenix, back on the C-Store, of course. And we are going to be seeing a danger ping on the shed, which is interesting. Think that's because I know I've certainly gone shed here before. I think the arcade take is really quite good. And taking arcade does give you a lot of options for controlling the east side of the map. You can definitely push out office pretty well. That gives you power control, which means that they can't shut off the tellers. And then, of course, you can go into tellers itself and kind of take intel from there and position accordingly to fight off freezer, bathroom, and fridges. And once you have that east control, I mean, you can just diffuse from the right side. But Hostig will probably go for some quirky plays here and take this bathroom charge, which I will not work, period. That is it's a double charge or a 4-1 green split. I don't know. Ain't gonna work.
Not gonna work. It's why not just do what GB did? Again, we talked about why they don't want to do that, but on the same token, they're doing double charge here, so they are actually going to cut it in half.
Interesting.
Debating where to put it, but I think that's a good plan because you just green
the dome, man. Just green the dome.
That's how you do it. We have an ass written in the map. I actually like this. So it looks like GB, what they're going to do is they're going to kick and barb this and really go heavy for those wall bangs onto that. Now, this will be interesting to see just in the conceptual sense, because essentially what they're doing is they're repeating GB twice in a row now.
Holy smokes.
Texas Red just doesn't get to play the game. How often is he the first death of the game?
Yeah. Power outage, first death. What are you going to do? Tetra sprints by, actually, Josh there, nice and close to limit how visible he is. Plebda with a knack here will win against Ephemeral. No, I'm just kidding. Ephemeral just decimates them.
Don't diss Ephemeral here.
I mean, what the heck? Where was the swing? Plebdo just kind of sat there in the corner and waited.
Josh is gonna get into a fight here with Josh that he's not gonna win.
Big pickup from Josh. That was a nice double kill for him so far, but equal
No
trades
one's
all the
taking
way through.
Freezer. No one is taking Freezer.
No one is Storefront to hold
Ephemeral
the
takes
angles.
Freezer.
No one is Freezer. No one is Storefront. 2 versus 3. Josh is now in the ideal situation to pick up Ephemeral. Tetra will lose to Ikazo. Where? Okay.
Ephemeral kills Josh. Ephemeral 1v2, easy win for Ephemeral here. He picks up the knack. He's low health.
He's got a knack.
He's got this.
If he can find a flash on Ikazo and then bait Dylan to swing him and fight Dylan, it's a winnable round. But that's his only way out. Unfortunately, they're both full HP, and he's not. He's far from. So this flashbang has to be perfect, and he just can't make that throw from here. That's the worst throw I've ever seen in my life. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, just...
I've made worse. Don't worry, but that's not the play.
I mean, it could have bounced off and gone back towards him, and it popped over here and fridges. So
it's not even his fault. His team could have just said Ikazo was, and he could have just looked at. I don't know. Whatever.
Who knows? You know, you pull the GB plan twice in a row and it doesn't go your way. I think you got to reevaluate just a little bit.
Well, again, putting this like they didn't even do the plan. They're not getting what GB's doing, right? They're mimicking it. It's like someone is trying to mimic what they're doing correctly. And what GB did is they played Ikazo close to the shutters on an angle watching office.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that HAASTIG is pulling the ditto of plans right now. So
I guess
you have the Pokemon, but the Pokemon looks kind of weird and a little messed up with this weird face because it's not quite there.
Isn't Ditto like a perfect replica every time?
Yeah, but he has the weird face.
Do they keep a? He has a. Oh,
he keeps the Ditto face on like anything he transforms into.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure. Like.
Are you gaslighting me?
I'm not gaslighting.
I don't know anything about Pokemon, so I have no idea.
We'll look at this later. We'll talk about this.
No. Ditto's way more important. Hold on. Ditto Pikachu. I'll just type that in because I know what a Pikachu looks like.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, you're right.
Right. Yeah. See, like it's the weird face.
That's like an anime only thing, right?
No, I think that's how it's supposed to look.
They didn't do different sprite art for every enemy in the game, right? For every monster, every Pokemon.
Well, but the thing, I don't think so. But I think in canon, it's supposed to look that way.
The Pikachu looks. That's brutal. Oh my God.
Yeah, just look like.
That's great. Anyway.
Like look up Ditto Charizard. That one's weird.
Okay, I'll keep looking at Dittos. That's fine. Ditto Charizard. Oh my God, is that real?
Right?
That's amazing. I see some fan art. Oh, okay, we're in the bad kind of fan art territory.
So like, if you look on AliExpress, which is don't go to AliExpress, kids. There's a 5-style Pokemon Ditto. Like it's all these. It's like you have like the regular starters, and then you with just Ditto faces. Also, real quick, Sledgehammer Juno. No. Why this red door? Why just go beach?
Yeah. They're trying to do a rush to observation, which what that means is defense will rush into the pit, play the pit door, open the pit door, cut the crossfire right in half. They're going to have total control of pit through the jungle.
And what's going to happen here too is GB actually has their barbs.
GB actually does have barbed wire. And I do agree with that single jungle barb, by the way, if anyone saw that and went, why would they do that? Are they missing a barb? No, that one barb is actually intentional. Forces them to go the other way. Nice flash right away into nothing. Where's Dr. Candy with the follow-up flash? Flash for your teammate. Why are you making Tetris solo the whole enemy team? Dr. Candy, where are you going? Flash for your team, man. Attackers are immune to flashes. Throw flashes at your teammates.
Right on top of Plebdo. He dies.
Ephemeral, where are you looking? Ephemeral. He thought Plebdo was on the south side. Plebdo was north.
Plebdo's
huge misstep there. Now Plebdo can just wipe Dr. Candy in Texas. You guys need to get in there now.
Ephemeral dies. He's up too high. Plebdo needs to go. They're both in obs. She's going to swing this.
They've got a DL12 and no flashes.
Plebdo. I hear the Jaws theme in my head. Plebdo's moving in from behind.
That's right. I'm going to watch Plebdo here.
Josh shot. Yeah, Josh gets the pick on Dr. Candy. Plebdo's running. Texas Red stuck in a corner with a DL. He swings.
It worked out.
Now GB just needs to swing into him. Josh trying to bait him to swing him on those stairs there.
Oh, let's see the. Come on, ADS and pop him, dude. He fell in the pit. Josh just walked off into the pit. It's a 1v2.
Josh is throwing.
And the crowd is booing. Oh, where are you? Okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
she's throwing.
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, Dylan gets the kill. I mean, Texas Red going for something there. I have to give Texas Red credit because he didn't die first.
You know what? Factual.
I-
I'm
I-
baffled as to why he didn't pick up an AP and try to like kill people, but after that Plebdo pick, that was pretty cool.
yeah.
Terrible plan though. Why would you jump into 2 barbed wires into your own smoke grenade when you know Plebdo plays base like every single time? Why are you pushing 2 people to take the most powerful objective on that map, which is power, which shuts off the obs, it gives you complete control of jungle. Why are you taking that with like 1.5 people? Why is Ephemeral not watching Plebdo's positioning inside base? Why is there no refrag? They've been completely mental to this point, right? Their game plan was so good in the first game, going 7-4, a lot of very, very close rounds and very good rounds, but now they're just going, oh god, it's long range, it's a C store we're bad at. Done. Now they're just toast. So
Yeah.
if it's ever a point where they can turn this around, it's right now on a bank and do something weird, do something interesting. At the same time, though, GB is saying, hey, you know what the worst thing in the world is? Having to push 5 barbed wires at manager to get a button. So
I just want to say how
who knows?
massive brain this barb is right here. Just
Um,
absolutely massive brain it is, because what they're doing is they're playing for the sound cue for the wall charge from entrance. That's what that really is for.
I see what you're saying.
And also see they
It's
see
gone.
they have this long
The barb
angle
was
here.
gone as soon as you said that.
But it's massive brain. That doesn't mean it's gonna work. It just, it's like one of those things where you take a
Yeah,
calculated risk that is so you think through
but
it all
I
the
don't think
time.
it works, man. They
You're
have
just
to put
bad
it.
at math.
You could put it further out, but it's like at that point you can just kind of walk around, and also they have a security to see that wall charge.
Yeah,
So
but that's not nearly as fun as a barb is like wall banging it with a knack, and you can't run away.
I'll concede
Um,
that. I'll
you
concede
know,
that. It isn't as
it's
cool.
one of those things. It's like it's not as fun, right?
Yeah,
So
it isn't.
either way, we are going to see they're going for the one barb strat instead. They're like, you know what? Let's not do all this crazy stuff. We're just gonna kick the red door, let Josh peek them,
Actually,
gonna barb it.
are they going to kick it? I think so. Let me check if Ikazo has a
Okay,
shorty here. He
the
does
thing
not. Ikazo
is,
has no secondary weapon.
there's no
It isn't
point in
kicked yet.
just in barbing a red door and not kicking the door, because then they just place on the door charge and they blow up your barb anyway.
Oh, beautiful shot. Right to
Oh,
Boss's dome. When a nice smoke comes out, Texas Red is hungry, man. He wants to play this game like he said he hasn't been able to play. He's getting in there, getting in position. He wants to get a flash in there. He
Dr.
could definitely
Candy,
take a kill here. This is an easy flash to land on Josh, but I don't see
frag
any
goes out.
indication.
Okay,
Not the time to flash, guys.
Molly's
Molly's
bad.
bad, but Candy's in
He
alone.
whips. Candy
Ooh,
gets through, makes it past Josh. She gets the refrag.
that
Josh
could be
here.
enough.
Josh gets
Oh,
the kill on Ephemeral.
that's it.
They run through the mollies.
He's
Tetra's going for button. Plebdo runs through Tetra. Texas Red is in. Texas gets the frag on Josh. Texas
There
with
it
the
is
DA here
again.
actually has an opportunity to do something magical. Oh, they molly him in the corner. That's it. Just stay there. Just stay there. Will molly spread get to him?
Oh, it will not.
Oh.
But what is he gonna do?
Dylan will.
They know
Dylan
where
will
he
make.
is. Yeah, Dylan's gonna make the wall bang happen.
Yeah.
6-1. That's match point for GB.
Yep.
Unfortunately, 6-1. HAASTIG. Yeah, did not expect that play, but you know what? That's a kudos to GB moment. They were like, you know what? We could innovate. We could do something really annoying. Put a bunch of barbs in a counter or something. They're like, no, you know what? We'll let Josh just kick down this door, take a pick right on that choke point that they're going to assume they're going to take.
Absolutely.
That was very, very smart. I like that.
Now, GB there just basically said, you know what we enjoy? We enjoy not letting other teams play the game.
That's
So
right.
we're not going to let them play the game. And again, that's a certified GB moment, because there are very few teams or players that I think could pull that off very effectively. Just because
Yeah,
I didn't see flashes through windows, which I'm pretty sure you can window flash there. Fairly
absolutely.
certain. I didn't see
Absolutely
any
you
of
can.
that.
Yeah, nothing was on Josh. They knew Josh would be playing that angle. At least it should have been assumed. Like, where else would the mop go after that first pick?
Mm,
We didn't see Texas flash in the north side. We didn't see Dr. Candy do that. We saw Dr. Candy identify a bad molly, but unfortunately his team was so distant from that staircase they couldn't really follow it up. But why play out in the middle of the open when that door is kicked when you know they're playing a mop on that door? Didn't make sense. The rush play after that would have worked out maybe a little bit, but those flashes had to be perfect. So we'll see now what the plan is. They have to try and win this round to make a comeback here at all. It's 6-1. Match point. They've opted for a double charge, I think, hallway into the club. Dangerous thing about this play is that you've got this backstage angle. So all the way back here in backstage, they can look straight through this wall charge once it's out, and you're not going to be able to flash backstage at all. The ceiling is too shallow to land something back there. And additionally, a guy can be playing on the bar doorway or in the bar itself, and that can be pretty spectacular. Also, you got a flank from hallway that you need to be covering at all times, and that guy could just kind of ignore you and start wall banging. So lots of things to think about here. And if they don't push kitchen out at all, or they don't have any control of at least one of the sides of the map, hallway or kitchen, then I don't think this will work out for them.
Yeah, and now we do see they're kind of they're going for a really readable play here, which I think is going to really be unfortunate for them. And I think knowing GB, as we already see Plebdo playing down here in the sort of tumor area in this desk, going to be very dangerous for them. I know we see Josh once again playing very aggressively with the mop, early peak. They're fully expecting this. I mean, I don't know why they don't go lockers, wall charge in the backstage.
As soon as you identify that GB is strong holding this side, what you should do is take your charge into kitchen and just blow that,
Yeah,
in my opinion, and then maybe additionally blow the lockers or try and get a wall charge down from Brickhouse into backstage and then reverse take the map. Not identifying that it's this strong early could be brutal, but that
Candy
does
gets the
actually work
kill
in
on
their
Kazo.
favor.
Ephemeral kicks the door in the kitchen for some reason. Not going to play it. They fall back. Josh keeps whiffing. Dr. Candy goes down. Dylan. Plebdo comes in from the back.
Oh,
Gets
Lord.
some damage.
Oh, Lord.
Gets a kill.
Oh, Lord, they're all 1 HP.
Everyone's low, except for the attackers. Dylan.
Well,
Dylan
everyone,
doesn't know what to
the
do.
attackers are all low. Defenders have enough HP here to just sit back. This is the rotate you want to see. You want to see all of them just kind of go, yep, we're good. We leave. We're all done now. There's the wall charge. There's Dylan. There's Josh.
Josh gets the kill.
All in position.
What is that? Texas Red holding a molly.
Yeah. Texas Red
going on a hero mission here.
You know,
if he walks, he might actually be able to do something.
Zombie, don't you think they were doing better when Texas was first to die?
Yes. I think that was like their sacrifice.
I think it was. Their pound of flesh to try and get some rounds off of GB. Unfortunately, 7-1 for Hostig, but beautifully played from GB. Lots of cool rounds to look at.
Josh is washed. I don't know what else to say. That's really
factual. Really, honestly, how did he let Tetra just wipe the floor in those rounds in the first game? To be honest,
yeah, Josh
looks like we got our answer. We made him mauled enough. His response was kill everyone with the mop early in the game. So I think it worked out in his favor. Harnessed that negative energy, turned it into pure aim skill, and just mopped the floor today. Pun fully intended. Thanks so much for tuning in to Due Process League Season 5. I've been Revenant.
Zombie. I have been Zombie Bacon.
I'm Zombie.
Sorry, I was busy laughing because every time I talk shit on Josh, I would press my mic button because I knew he could hear me.
Absolutely brutal. But well played to GB. Take care, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.